Hey there, Scorpio Sun, Scorpio Moon, Scorpio Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. Today we are going to talk about 2 weeks of moon energy in your life. We've got June 22nd through the 28th, and then we will timestamp and we'll follow that up with June 29th through July 5th, and that actually has the third of 3 in a row eclipses. So, you know, the eclipse train is coming to an end for a little bit, which will be kind of a nice change. So I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards here for you to get some overall energy, but if you would go ahead and hit that thumbs up right now, or waiting for Spirit to bring me the message, that'd be great. And also, I want to invite you to leave me a comment. You can either leave a comment or emoji, just so that I have your name, because when I do next week's readings, which will be the mid-month of Cancer, I'm going to draw a card at the end of, this would be the Scorpio reading. So the Scorpios that commented on the Cancer video, Sun and Cancer video, that came out, I'll link that below, and this one. So that's, if you do Sun, Moon, Rising, for 2 sets of videos, you actually have 6 opportunities to get a card drawn for you. Okay. To get a card drawn for you for the free card reading. So this is really interesting. So what you have is this is sacral chakra. And this is how you feel about things. This says emotions, but it's got like this whiplash effect here going on from like the whole gamut of emotions. This is feeling, expression, mood, and balance. And with this 2 weeks being sandwiched by the trine energy for you of Cancer in your 9th house, that would be long distance travel, learning things, insight and stuff. That those are things that you could focus on, that energy of where do you want to be 6 months from now, but also it's that emotional water energy of how you feel about these things. And we have the Mercury's moving retrograde through Cancer. That's also going to heighten some emotions. We've got Neptune getting ready to turn. It's in Pisces, which is all about emotions, and that's your 5th house of fun, romance, and that's getting ready to go retrograde on Tuesday this week, which would bring in this clarity. And so there is a lot of up and down emotional energy going on in the water signs, lots of things happening. And so I think that you're going to be really kind of like surfing it, feeling it, moving with it. I don't know that it's necessarily a bad thing. Now the number on this is 11, which is a very spiritual number. It is about finding balance, though. It's about finding balance. So as your emotions are going through this little roller coaster over the next 2 weeks, it'll really be about how do you find the balance in that, and stay focused on where it is that you want to go and what you want to do. So when we start out on Monday the 22nd, the moon is still in Pisces, and there is a chance for this real breakthrough energy to come through that will help you to realize where it is that you're going, but the clarity will be revolving around, I know what the obstacles are. I can see the obstacles that I need to overcome. And so I really want to encourage you to consider that a good thing. Instead of being overwhelmed by, oh my gosh, there's so many obstacles, here's the good news, you know what they are. So when you know what they are, then you can start formulating a plan of attack, right? And how do you manage them and how do you handle it? This card of emotions is really important. It says here, love where you are. Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. Using your emotions to guide your decision-making process. Using your gut instinct. Using the way it feels. Really getting into your feels and considering it a superpower this week, next 2 weeks, really. Not a hindrance, not an annoyance, but using that energy to help you navigate how you feel about situations as you're working through them. There's a lot of opportunity for some really harsh, difficult energy over the next 2 weeks. Opportunity. Don't you like how I make that sound good? So, recognizing that you're going to be on this emotional roller coaster, using your instincts to help you to know when it is time to speak up and say what you're thinking and feeling, and when it might be, okay, wait, did they really mean it that way? Mercury in retrograde is that emotional energy it's confusing, and people don't necessarily communicate in a way that they mean that they can say what they're trying to say, and you may not be receiving what they're trying to say. And so being willing to allow space for that. And I'm a good one to talk because I just recently had something that happened, and I definitely perceived, I don't think I perceived it incorrectly, but it bothered me more than I would have liked. And so I said something. You know, as much as I feel like I should have said something, I'm not uncomfortable with that, but it does leave that residue of now that conversation's been had. So now what? You know, how do we, like, you know, I received an apology, but for me, I didn't feel like the apology handled the problem. So I don't know. It was weird. And so I think there's going to be a lot of that while Mercury is in retrograde until July 12th. And maybe even a little beyond while it's in the shadow period, because you are so sensitive to the emotional energies that people are putting out there, and your perception of them may or may not be correct, but probably is. So the question really is, how do you handle it? Is it worth the fight? Is it worth making the comments? Is it worth doing that? And the obstacle, the challenge is going to be with all of this energy of fire. We've got Mars going into Aries. The idea that we can really hold back what we're going to say becomes more challenging. And so just trying to work with that. But wow, you have such great cards. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, so on Tuesday, Neptune, I think I said this already. Forgive me if I did. I've been doing a lot of videos. Neptune is going to go retrograde. Mercury retrograde. When Neptune goes retrograde, it shines a light. Okay, so when Neptune's moving forward, everything's dreamy and wet and emotional, and I don't know, here's an idea. So then when Neptune stops and then backs up over the same spot, it's like, you know when you brush a cat's hair and it goes in one direction, and you switch and you go back the other way, all of a sudden all the hairs stand up, you get a different perception. You see things clearer. You can see, you know, if they have fleas or if there's lice or not lice, dandruff or whatever it is. You see maybe they're a little gray underneath, you know. It's that not going in that easy direction, it's coming back. And so it's an opportunity to see things with a lot more clarity, illumination. And so this allows you the opportunity to accept the situation for what it is, to really have the clarity to see what's going on, because the moon is going to move into right after that happens. The moon's moving into Leo, and for you that would be your 10th house of career. And so it is an opportunity to have that light shine on something that maybe you've been wanting to do, a hope, a goal, a dream, a plan, and having the clarity to see and accept the situation for what it is and promote the growth in the direction that you want to go in. Which makes a lot of sense with the communication stuff. So there could be some shifting going on for that. But what you have that is so beautiful is you have Rihanna, which is self-trust, and you have magic. And I think the magic comes in when you trust your intuition, when you trust your feelings, your guidance, what you are picking up. That's where the magic happens. That's where you know where it's going and how you want to get there. That is some beautiful energy to work with. So focusing in on what you feel. Oh, I already did those. Focusing in on what you feel. Focus in on how do I feel? And I'm not saying you should back down from any situation. Just an awareness of how you're going to feel about it. How you feel about it now, and how you most likely feel when this action. So I know Scorpio has a tendency to kind of run the scenarios. That might be a good thing to do this time. For the next couple of weeks while this energy is still raucous. Okay, so on Thursday. On Thursday, the moon is going, not the moon. Oh my gosh. I never even turned the camera down. I'm totally losing it. I'm telling you, this Mercury retrograde is going to be entertaining. Okay, so here we go. The moon is going to be, not the moon. Again, I said that. Venus is going to go direct on Thursday at 2:48 in the morning. Venus going direct is a really good thing. Venus going direct is, it's lighter, it's fun, it's flirty. She's already backed up and reviewed stuff, and now she's going forward, and now she knows what she's curious about in regards to finances, in regards to romance. And for you, you might notice it because it's in Gemini. You might really notice it happening in your 8th house of transformation. I think that, for you, you're figuring out what it is you want more information about. How do you feel? There's a real clarity around the heart about how you feel about a particular situation and what kind of steps you want to take from here. So this is very beneficial, especially because it's going to be nicely supported when that moon moves into Virgo at 1:05 p.m. And so there's just a lot of support around how you're going to manage this and create the stability that allows you to exhibit this sense of self-love for yourself that you've been working and cultivating, to remember to, put on your mask and take care of yourself and allow the flow of the abundance of the universe to come to you. Given space for this growth, you have, close your eyes. What animal do you see? Right now, just close your eyes. What animal popped into your head? I want you to consider what that is, and then I want you to look up the spiritual meaning of that animal, because there is a special message for each and every one of you that is very unique. So, what animal did you see? And then take the time to figure out what that is. And you also received a coyote, which is the revealer of truth. That is that Neptune going retrograde energy of all of a sudden seeing something that you hadn't noticed the first time. So don't take things too seriously. Make time for play. Great wisdom comes from laughing at your own folly. Look back at the traps and the tricks of life, and what did you learn from them? So this is that part of self-love and forgiving yourself. Like, you're going to notice something and you'll be like, oh my God, I didn't notice that the first time. But you're seeing it now. You're seeing it now. And so using that as an opportunity for growth and to help you really clarify where it is that you want to go from here. Now, I do want to caution that on the 26th, which is Friday, the moon is going to come into a quincunx, which is a very uncomfortable kind of energy with Chiron and Aries. And so it's going to be like picking at an emotional scab. So heads up on that. But the moon moves quickly, so just breathe your way through it. It's cueing you on something that needs your time and attention. So give it the necessary thought process, but you're going to be there's a lot of support to communicate to other people or to yourself about it. So paying attention to it, but not letting it drag you down too deeply might be the way to go. On Saturday at 4:16 p.m., the moon is going to move into Libra. And so this is about how do I adapt to the different steps that I need to take to move forward, to make these changes? I'm assessing, but adaptability is super important to bring the balance in. And Scorpio, sometimes that's a little more difficult for the fixed signs, and you are a fixed sign. But it says right here, the time is ripe. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention in these areas. Connection, creation and connection. What and who, where are these emotions going? Because this is connection. So it could be connecting the dots because things have been revealed. It could be connecting with a person, connecting with a passion project, connecting. But you have the opportunity here to trust yourself, to know what it is. So I feel like whatever we're talking about here, you're like, yeah, I know what that is. Yeah, no, I got that. Yeah, no, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that resonates. Because I really feel like your intuition is going to know. But so focus on what it is that's triggering. And also don't forget to check out what your special, whatever animal you saw in your head, whatever that was, allow yourself to do a little investigating on that. Do the research, spiritual meaning of, and see where that takes you. So I do want to cover what's going on with Mars on Friday and Saturday. On Saturday and Sunday. So we're going to do that right now. But I'm going to go ahead and move into week 2 because I want, in case you come back to look at it, that you remember and we have this conversation. Okay? So week 2, which is June 29th through July 5th. But on the 27th, on Saturday at 9:45 p.m., Mars moved into Aries, and this is super important. Mars moving into Aries is an important transit because first off, things are going to finally start moving. I just want to jump up and scream and shout, yay! Okay, so things are moving forward, but right away it runs into Saturn, which is all about boundaries and structure, right? And so it's not going to come shooting out of the gun super hot and super fast. It is going to actually build momentum in a way that allows for structure to build, for something to be of a lasting change of value in your life. So there is an opportunity here to take it slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race kind of energy of building brick by brick by brick, whatever this hope, this goal, this dream, this project that you've been wanting to transform with this energy of this Capricorn, of Cancer, new moon. So pieces are falling into place. So slow and steady is going to get you there, and I just really want you to try to utilize that energy to the best of your advantage. When we get into Monday, the moon is still in Libra for most of the day, and so it is definitely about working through the discernment in your gut. In your gut, feel into the energy where your emotions, feel into your decision making to find the balance, right? We're back to finding the balance. And then at 6:48 p.m., the moon is going to move into Scorpio. We also have Jupiter coming into conjunction with Pluto up there in Capricorn. And so information is going to start coming to light. Lots of opportunities to learn things over the next couple of weeks. Lots of things being revealed. A lot of breakthrough energy. So new ideas and reasons for hope and optimism. At the same time, though, people are going to be a little testy depending on where things are being triggered in their chart. And so there'll be this sense of, I'm feeling a little fearful. Well, if you feed the fears, then you're going to likely bring those into manifestation. So focusing instead on creating a safe, healthy boundary around yourself where you say, I am safe and I am protected. And those are just fears, and fears are not real unless I choose to make them so. And instead, I'm going to make a wish about what I want to create, because you have got the Make-A-Wish card. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. So don't focus on the fears. Don't give them power. Instead, what is it that you want to create? Right? There's all this creation energy going on over here. Focus on what you want, not on what you're afraid of. That is like solid advice all the time, but particularly this week. On Wednesday, Saturn moves back. It's been in retrograde for a while, but now it gets back into Capricorn. So the energy is going to really shift, and structures are going to be really much more in place and being under review. And so there's just something in your personal life, and it's also something globally that's going to happen because it's just so much powerful energy going on. The moon is going to move into Sagittarius on Thursday night. So that's Thursday night at 9:21 p.m. And this is about, again, remember what it said here. What did it say? Focus your attention on what you want to create and the connections you want to make. It's going to take willpower. There's going to be a lot of things going on to distract you. And so focusing on what's important to you, what really matters to you to bring about the transformation in your life. You need to release yourself from social media or media in general to find and create space for yourself so that you can focus on the positive energies, making the wishes, and then you have miracles. Expect the wondrous to emerge, and passion and pleasure savor your life. So there's all these emotions here, and the way you're going to find the balance is by really focusing on what you want to feel. And then allowing yourself to feel that. And the things that are negative that you don't want to feel, letting those go. Because there is some seriously explosive energy going on this week. With those fireworks on the 4th of July here in the United States, there is enough energy out there to create some other fireworks. So just, focusing on what makes you happy and keeping emotionally balanced is going to be really important. Because the moon is going to move into Capricorn at 12:48 a.m. on July 4th, Saturday, and then it comes into this opposition with the emotional energy of Mercury in retrograde in Cancer. And so there's a little surfing of the emotions that is going to be, there might feel like there's a little whiplash going on, so just hang in there, okay? So we get a full moon that's an eclipse. And this is about taking action, about wrapping it up. And then it's in Capricorn. And so for you, Scorpio, that is very supportive energy in that arena for you. Gosh, where is that? Again, I'm sorry. That's the third house of communication. So you're being supported through this. But it's also wrapping up, how do you communicate in general? Because this North Node and South Node have been going on with communication with yourself, communication with people, and communication with spirit and learning things. And so it has been going on for the last 18 months. And so this is kind of like where you wrap it all up and you put a bow on and you go, okay, you know what? I got this. So there's something that you are wanting to do that's going to require a little cash, I'm guessing, because you had the savings card come out. As you consistently save for your future is saved. Do your future self a big favor as you consistently set aside present funds. This is a part of self-care and a path to feeling secure as you focus on your life purpose. Even if it's only like a dollar or two that you can start out with, but you're dedicated to it and you're consistent with it. And then you have successful funding. So your idea is divinely guided and supported, and so say you're saving because you want to take a trip, or you want to go back to school, but it's going to take money, or you want to start a new business venture or idea, or you want to move, or whatever it is. Start saving for it consistently. When you do this, the universe is like, okay, they're taking action. We'll take action too. And the support is likely to come in from some random place. And you'll be like, oh, just remember to notice it and to count your blessings and to say thank you. So make a wish and expect a miracle. Whatever this is that is requiring a little financial assistance there, it looks good. So a personal issue reaches resolution. Personal issue reaches resolution. This full moon is wrapping up something that's really important that needs a little bow put on it, and allows you to move forward, which is nice, very nice. So this is really good energy. When the North Node moves into Gemini, that puts the South Node in Sagittarius. And so this becomes a very pivotal next 18 months for you, Scorpio, where it is about releasing issues that you have around your self-esteem, your self-value, your self-worth, about financial situations to allow you to transform your life, because your second house is the South Node, but your 8th house of transformation is where the North Node is. So that is some really positive stuff happening for you. You have regenerate your body, Sapphire. Out of nowhere, you have regenerate your body. So, well, we do have a holiday weekend if you're in the United States. If you've been working really hard and you need a break, take a break. Get a rest. Relax a little. I want another card for you because I just... It came out of nowhere. If you've been ill, you know, take this opportunity to allow yourself. Okay, so you have nurture yourself. Regenerate your body and nurture yourself. So I feel like Scorpio needs a break. So take a break. Get some rest. Have a little fun. Relax. Rest up. The energy is going to start picking up, so you might as well rest up now, right? Okay. So I will see you back here next week. Be sure to leave me a comment so that I can maybe possibly draw a card for you and give you a special little message from Spirit from a new deck I'm really excited to use. All right, you guys take care, and I will talk to you soon.